Again, I want to point out, majorities change hands. And if Republicans were doing this, I guarantee you there would be hell to pay by the Democratic caucus. This is the only fair and right thing to do. It's the only proper thing to do. And what I would ask is, please don't push a broad policy agenda when you know darn well that the public is limited in their ability to respond to whatever you're trying to pass. What I see here is that the majority is trying to broaden its policy agenda when originally our predecessors who created Rule 44 wanted us to focus solely on what absolutely positively needed to be done. And what this would do is it would put it back to where it needs to be, where the legislature has to prioritize. Right now, under the proposed rule change, it's a may. It says they have to meet, but they don't have to prioritize. With Rule 44 as previously written and with this amendment, it would force the legislature to do that basic thing which it should do. And the reason that's important is because Rule 44, if you look at all of it, provides certain flexibilities for the majority. But those flexibilities were supposed to be a trade-off, not in addition to the policy agenda that they would seek. So the flexibility comes, but it comes with a price, and that price is narrowing the policy goals of the majority to absolutely what we need to do. And the reason that's important is because if we proceed on trying to adopt broad policy goals during a time like this, you are limiting the public's ability to actually come and weigh in on these bills just as a matter of practice. I mean, right now we do have restrictions in place for COVID, and we're encouraging people not to come to this building unless they absolutely have to. But yet we're going to go ahead and offer bills that have nothing related to COVID and are very controversial. It's not right. And that's why the people who wrote up 44 wanted us to narrow our focus to just the disaster emergency, just to what we need to do in order to overcome the crisis that we are facing currently. And I think that's being lost on the majority here. And it's important that we don't upend the traditions and the norms and the regular order that we've grown accustomed to. It's not right. It's not right to say, you know, hey, we're going to go ahead and offer this controversial bill, but hey, please don't come to the Capitol. You know, and if you have to come, you know, go through all these hoops. And if you can't come, then maybe you go ahead and remote testify, even though the technology isn't right where it needs to be to have adequate or meaningful testimony. I mean, there's so many problems with allowing the majority to broaden their policy goals and not focus on the crisis at hand. And what this amendment would do is it would bring us back to a regular order and I think safeguard the institution that we have. Again, I want to point out, majorities change hands. And if Republicans were doing this, I guarantee you there would be hell to pay by the Democratic caucus. This is the only fair and right thing to do. It's the only proper thing to do. And what I would ask is, please don't push a broad policy agenda when you know darn well that the public is limited in their ability to respond to whatever you're trying to pass. So please vote yes on this amendment.
Thank you, Representative Williams.